You see this? I just caught Lenny trying to cut her tattoos out with it. Her happy little trip has gone sour, you miserable bitch.
They want the stuff, they take the risks.
Oh, it was partly my fault, but I saw the description.
It's all right, Zara, you weren't to know, but this animal supplies the stuff and then she couldn't care less.
Get him back into line, Smith.
I beg your pardon.
Get the women into line.
Yeah, sure. Okay, ladies, let's line up. Right.
So, Smith's back as top dog, eh? How did that happen?
I had some supplies coming in to be a different story.
Yeah, well, you want an unlimited supply of drugs, and I want to get rid of Smith. Permanently. I think we can come to some arrangement.
I'll think about it.
You do that, Mackenzie. Well, Mackenzie, are you in or not?
Depends. If we're going to fix Smith, I want to make bloody sure she stays fixed. I mean, what are we going to tell the screws if she ends up looking like a piece of raw meat?
Oh, believe me, she won't have a mark on her. Not physically. When we're through with Smith, she's going to spend the rest of her life in hospital. You see, I've found a chink in her armour. Trust me.
Trust you? You're out of your head.
Oh, not me, Mackenzie. But you're on the right track. Now, are you with me or not?
Why not? I've got nothing to lose, have I?
How right you are.
There you go. See, you're okay now. What you need is some sleep.
Yeah, I feel buggered.
Look, I'm going to have to go. Now, you just lie down and close your
Oh, no,
eyes.
please, Bea. What'll I do if it starts again? Please, stay with me for a while.
Didn't you hear the bell, Smith?
Sure, but...
And get to your cell right now.
You know, you missed your calling, Miss Ferguson. You sound exactly like a sergeant major.
Watch it, Smith.
I'll save your breath. I'm going.
No, please, Bea. I don't want to be on my own. It'll come back in the dark. I know it will.
What's she moaning about?
The kid is having a bad trip.
Trip?
Yes, trip. Acid. LSD. Someone managed to get it past the screws, but I don't suppose you know anything about that, Miss Ferguson.
Get out, Smith.
Just hang in there, kid. You're going to be all right.
Oh, no, don't shut me in, Miss Ferguson, please.
You should have been gone hours ago.
Yes, I know. But I've got to get through this lot. If I'm going to do the job, I might as well do it properly, even if it is only temporary.
Yes. I'd like to give Joan the chance to complain to Mr. Douglas that you weren't on the ball.
Exactly. But she'll have a damn long wait.
Unless, of course, she gets the job.
Oh, well, if that's the case, I'd say there'd be a mass exodus of staff, and I'll be heading the line.
Oh, well, we'll know after tomorrow.
Isn't that another piece of stupidity? Sending the three of us away from Wentworth within the hour. God, for 2 pence I wouldn't go. Not sure I want the rotten job anyway.
Well, quite frankly, I don't care about being governor. And I'm not going to give up and let Joan Ferguson take over. Not if there's a chance of stopping her.
Wasn't it a surprise to meet her father? Well, I don't know what I expected, but I suppose it was an older version of Joan.
Yeah, it's hard to believe they're related, isn't it?
You know what they say. You can choose your friends, but not your relatives.
Oh, poor kid. She's having a real bad trip.
Bloody Nola.
She should be strung up and horsewhipped.
Yeah, you're not wrong, Lizzie.
Oh, come off it, Maxine. She didn't put a gun to your head and force you to get stoned.
No, but
Oh, listen to her, will you? This could go on for 24 hours.
if she's lucky, could last for a couple of days.
Couple of days. Poor kid. Hope she doesn't hurt herself, Bea.
No, I think she'll be all right, love. I calmed her down. I think she's over the worst of it.
Well, I wouldn't count on it. See, on acid, you can have real calm moments, but, well, you got no way of knowing when it's going to hit you again. She could go off her skull at any time.
Oh, charming. That's all we need.
Dobson, what's wrong? Oh, my God. Here, Lainey. Lainey, it's all right. It's all right. It's Mrs. Morris. You've taken something, haven't you? Come on. Sit down here. Now, you tell me what it was. It's all right. It's all right.
What's going on? Do you need a hand?
Yes, I think you should get Mrs. Powell. Dobson needs help.
There's nothing she can do. Or you, for that matter. When they've taken LSD, you've just got to wait for them to come down.
Makes you so sure it's LSD.
But it's pretty obvious, isn't it? I've been in this job long enough to know an acid head when I see one. She'll come out of it in her own time, providing she hasn't taken anything else.
Lainey, have you taken anything else? Any pills? I still think you should get Mrs. Powell.
Whatever you say. I think we're all wasting our time.
It's all right, it's all right. I'll stay with you.
Thought you should see this.
Yeah, good. Is she coherent? I'll need to question it.
No, I'm afraid not. I've already tried, but it's hopeless.
She did tell Mrs. Morris she took LSD.
Yes, that's right. Now, I want to know how it got in here.
Well, it shouldn't be too difficult. I mean, it's usually impregnated in blotting paper or cardboard.
Oh, yeah, that's an old trick. In Queensland, some of the women used to get their supply of acid by using sections of the local paper.
Well, there's a hell of a lot of paper that passes through here, Dave.
Yeah, I'm sure there is, Mrs. Morris, but if you use your head and think about it, I'm sure it shouldn't be too difficult. I mean, who have you had in here recently? And I mean a visitor who turned out to be a villain.
Yeah, the phony reverend.
John Patrick Forbes, exactly.
Who handed out scripture cards at the Bible classes.
Well, these are your LSD, Mrs. Powell. All we have to do is find it.
Well, Lizzie was collecting them. They were in her cell earlier.
Well, that's where we start.
What about Dobson?
Oh, well, I suppose you better put her in the hospital for a while.
Meg?
Yes, I'll look after her.
Okay, let's see what Birdsworth's up to.
Bugger! I can hear somebody talking, but I can't hear what they're saying.
Well, I wish they'd turn the bloody lights out so I can get some sleep.
Oh, now, come off it. It's probably Lainey out there who's in trouble.
Oh, Bea, I never thought of that.
Shh! I can hear footsteps.
Well, well, what do you know? A midnight surprise party. With fellas and all.
Smith? I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Yeah, how's Lainey?
Well, how do you know it's about Dobson, eh?
Oh, come on. Nothing happens around here I don't know about, Inspector.
Still playing at top dog. Well, tell me this. How come you let Dobson trip off on acid? I didn't think you were into drugs.
LSD. Now, I wonder where she could have got that.
Well, that's what I want to find out. Birdsworth. Mrs. Powell tells me you got a nice collection of scripture cards. I'd like to have a look at those, if you don't mind.
Gore! Depriving an old lady of a spiritual comfort.
Yeah, and after Mackenzie had gone to all the trouble of getting the Reverend to come in here and give us Bible classes, too.
Nobody wanted their holy picture, so I took 'em. Except for that mean bugger Nola. She wanted to hang on to hers. Otherwise, I'd have had the full set.
Yeah, well, perhaps I'd better have a chat to this Mackenzie. Meanwhile, I want a cell searched. We'll find out what's so special about this card. Mrs. Powell, you fix that?
Of course. Miss Ferguson, when Mrs. Morris has finished with Dobson, I want you both to conduct a search of Mackenzie's cell.
As you wish, Governor. I suggest you lot get some sleep. This'll be no excuse for slacking off tomorrow.
The thought never crossed our minds.
Now, look, Mackenzie, I don't like missing out on my sleep any more than you do. So if you come up with some answers, the sooner we can get some bloody shut-eye.
It doesn't bother me, Inspector. I'm a night owl myself.
We know you brought some LSD into the place. We know
You don't know a thing. You haven't got any evidence to pin a thing on me.
Don't bet on it. Your cell's being searched right now.
Fair enough. But if you find any chewing gum behind the locker, it's mine.
Now, look, sweetheart, I'm going to get you, and I'm going to make sure your sentence in here is doubled.
You go right ahead, Inspector. The longer I stay in Wentworth, the better I like it. I'm in no hurry to go back to a death sentence. As a matter of fact, I don't give a stuff if you keep me in here for life.
Well, I still think it's a waste of time fussing over Dobson.
Joan Barfield is not going to fuss over her. She's merely going to sit with her in the hospital. Joan, this is like looking for a needle in a haystack. She could have torn the card into pieces by now. Could be all over the prison.
I doubt it. It'd be more than Dobson tripping if she had.
Yeah, that makes sense, I suppose.
But you could be right about tearing it up. Scraps of paper. There. Aha. There we are.
Are you sure?
Yeah. See those little marks? Look like water stains.
LSD?
Yeah. And Mackenzie nearly got away with it.
Well, lucky for us, you knew exactly where to look, Joan. Mackenzie hasn't got a chance with you around.
Yeah, well, I'm going to get these to Inspector Grace. Looks like we've got a spare cell on our hands. Mackenzie won't be needing this for a long time. Right, Mackenzie, make yourself at home.
Oh, thanks a lot, Miss Ferguson. First you take your cut, then you dob me into that ratbag Grace. Oh, it's a real pleasure doing business with you.
Shut up and use your loaf, Mackenzie. We've got a good thing going, providing no one wakes up to us. That's why I can't afford anyone to suspect us of working together. So if you stop to think instead of moaning, you'd realise I'm doing us both a service.
Some service?
Oh, you won't be in here long. And if everything goes according to plan, I'll soon be in a position to do what I like around here without anyone to report on it. That's why I can't afford any link between us.
And then what?
Then we get around to frying the big one. We're going to get rid of B. Smith once and for all.
May I help you?
Yes, I have an interview. Colin Powell.
Oh, yes. If you'd like to take a seat.
Well, you look nice and fresh. Did you go home and change?
No, I took a change of clothes to work last night. Needless to say, Joan's still in uniform.
She's not still in there.
She's been in there for 45 minutes.
What? Well, I suppose if you take a record on face value, she's a pretty impressive candidate.
Oh, don't say that. You're depressing me.
I'm depressing myself. Joan Ferguson as governor. Oh, God. That's all I'd need.
I saw her when I took the breakfast tray to the pound. Good, I'm not kidding, but you should have seen Nola fit to kill. She was roped.
Yeah, at least Laney's okay. No thanks to that bitch.
Well, how long do you reckon they'll keep her in the hospital, B?
Barfield didn't say. All she did let slip was that she was feeling better, so I don't suppose she'll be there much longer.
Oh, well, I'll see Jill at lunchtime. She took the trays through to the hospital this morning.
There's no way I'd touch that stuff. Not after Dobson going off her head like that.
You were very quiet this morning.
Didn't get much sleep.
Well, who did? The bloody place was like Luna Park last night.
Are you okay?
Headache. My head's really throbbing. Oh, it's always like this when someone's trying to get through to me from the other side.
Yeah, you mean a spook's knocking on your skull?
Yeah, well, if they knocked on your skull, they'd find nobody home.
Cute.
Pretty good lurk, this spook stuff.
It isn't a game, B.
Oh, no, of course not. Very handy if if you were married, though. Sorry, darling, not tonight. There's a spirit trying to contact me.
This spirit's really desperate. It's very unhappy.
Yeah, well, things couldn't be any worse there than they are here.
Please, Bea, you mustn't mock the spirit world. It's you the spirit wants.
Yeah? Well, tell them my check's in the mail.
Why won't you listen? I've got a name to give you. It says to tell you... Debbie.
Now, you listen to me. You can play silly buggers with the rest of them if you want to. But don't you start playing dangerous games with me, because I won't stand for it.
Well, I don't understand. What have I said to upset her?
Debbie. That was Bea's daughter.
Oh, my God.
This is ridiculous. I can't stay here all day. I left Joan Barfield in charge.
At last.
Well, hope I didn't keep you waiting too long.
No, not at all.
Right. See you both back at Wentworth.
Bye. Probably gone straight to the governor's office.
Now, don't throw in the towel yet. After all, they haven't seen us.
Mrs. Morris, the bob will see you now.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you. Same to you.
I think we're going to need all we can get.
Gee, it's a good place, Judy.
Oh, you won't think it's so beautiful after you've been on dunny duty. I'd like you to meet Faye here, and Vicky, this is Denise. She's going to be giving us a hand around the place.
Well, I don't know how much help I'll be, though, Jude. I'm not much good at anything.
Come on, we're not exactly geniuses here anyway. It's just a bit of cooking and cleaning, that sort of stuff.
Well, I just don't want to get in anyone's way.
Come on, you won't be in anyone's way. We all chip in. That's why it's usually so much chaos. Anyway, I think you're probably going to be a great improvement.
Well, I reckon it's fantastic. Do you reckon you can get some film stars to talk to us?
Or what about my old man? He always said he was going to take it with him, and he sure as hell didn't leave it to me.
Hey, maybe you could find out who the new governor's going to be. At least the spooks could tell us that.
Yeah, that'd be really good.
It's not like a phone, you know. You just can't pick it up and contact anyone. They use me as a medium when they want to get through to someone.
Like Debbie, you mean?
Yeah. Only I can't contact anyone on the other side while she's waiting to give this message to Bea.
You mean she's going to hang around till Bea listens to her?
Or something like that. Only Bea just won't listen.
How about it, love? What's Sarah supposed to do with this message?
Have a guess.
But Bea, she's your own daughter.
Look, I think this joke's gone quite far enough. And in case you haven't noticed, I am not laughing.
It's not a joke, Bea.
No, it isn't. And if I were you, I wouldn't mention it again.
Oh, you back already? Didn't take you long?
Long enough. Actually, I had to get out before I got a swollen head. They were very nice.
Suppose they do say some nice things.
Well, I just thought I'd let you know I'm back.
Oh, how'd you go?
Not too bad. Things were going pretty smoothly to start with. Then they asked me what changes I'd make if I was governor, and, well, I told them. After that, I think I was the golden-haired girl.
That sounds promising.
Yes, they are very diplomatic, aren't they?
Oh, Joan, I'll be leaving straight after lunch. Do you want to lift to the restaurant tonight?
No, thank you.
I told her a whole lot of lies about my interview.
So no.
Bea, I've got to...
I warned you, now rack off.
Zara, why don't you do the pick-up today? Poor old Lizzie's arms are just about dropping off, aren't they, Lizzie?
Eh? Oh, yeah, pushing that thing around's really hard yakka.
Only if you're 102 in the shade.
Cheeky little bugger.
Just watch where you're going, Moonbeam. I'd have thought you'd have known I was coming. Or haven't you dusted your crystal ball lately? Now, Hunt, you're on kitchen duty for the rest of the day. Move it.
beauty. I'm moving up in the world. See you later, girls.
We'll save us something tasty.
Yeah, like a caviar sandwich and tomato sauce.
Shut up, Daniels. You're not being paid to wisecrack.
Some peoples have got no sense of humour in this joint.
Yeah, and she's not the only one. Now that Sally Spook's gone, I want to know who put her up to this.
Come off it, B. Why would we want to do that?
Because you lot couldn't help yourselves. If you had half a brain between you, it'd be an improvement.
Well, that's a bit rude.
Or someone gave little Miss Mystic Debbie's name, and I want to know who it was.
Oh, come on, B. Half of us don't even know about Debbie.
Well, she didn't just grab it out of thin air. And you know all about Debbie and just about everything else in my life. You'd think it was pretty bloody funny to set me up as a fall guy.
Oh, babe, I wouldn't do anything like that. I swear it, love. You're my best mate. I wouldn't hurt you for quids.
Well, someone told that little bull artist.
Well, it wasn't none of us. Maybe she is on the level.
Oh, crap.
But what if she is? What if she is trying to get in touch with you? B, it is happening. And if none of us spilled the beans, you gotta face it. I reckon Debbie is trying to talk to you.
Watch it. She's out for blood.
Thanks.
How'd you get on?
Oh, all right. Managed to find my way around.
Yeah, I bet you're pretty good at finding your way around, especially with a bit of outside help.
Look, B, I don't know why you're mad at me. All I'm trying to
Is
do
make a complete idiot of me in front of everyone. All right, you've had your little joke. Now what I want to know is who put you up to it.
No one. Why should they? Look, I know you think that I'm a fake, but you've got to trust me, B, because I do have spiritual powers. I don't quite understand them myself, but I know not to fight them. Debbie is dead. Only a body, B. The spirit never dies. And the spirit can't rest when there's something troubling it, and that's what's wrong with Debbie. Now you've got to talk to her.
Look, will you just leave me alone? Poor babe. She was really wrapped in that kid. I think you best leave very well alone, Zara.
I can't, Lizzie. There's no way I can block her while she's trying to get this message through to her mother.
What would she have to tell her that's so bloody important?
Oh, God, I don't know. Oh, but from the vibrations I'm getting, it's going to make poor Bee very unhappy. It's something pretty bloody awful.
Is it really okay?
Would I lie to you?
Ah, it is. It's really good. You know, Denise, you should do the cooking here all the time. Oh, well, I suppose you've already got too much to do with the two kids.
Yeah, what she really needs is time away from those kids. A little bit of scintillating company like us.
Yeah, can't you get a babysitter or something?
Oh, no way. They want a fortune these days for sitting around watching telly.
Oh, yeah, but still, you've got to have some time on your own. There must be someone who'd put in a couple of hours a week for you.
That is the nicest thing I have ever heard. For you to volunteer like that.
Me volunteer?
Oh, would you, Maureen? Oh, that'd be great. Would only be once or twice a week.
Yeah, and she can come over here then and play cards or something.
Yeah, just for a break.
Well, I suppose.
The kids are no trouble.
Well, I don't know about that. They're pretty tough.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty tough myself. I'll be in it.
Oh, Blaney, are you all right now? You're not still away with the pixies, are you?
Oh, I suppose you just let the kid alone, let her get back to her work. It's all over and done with.
You all right, B? God, you did give us a turn when you rushed from the room like that.
Yeah, I know. I'm okay. Let's just forget it, eh?
Well, Lizzie and me was talking about it, and we reckon you should at least hear what the message is for your own peace of mind.
You're a mother, Bee. She needs you. You can't turn your back on her.
You just don't listen, do you? Oh! Maybe that'll get the message across. No more, do you understand? No more, and that goes for the rest of you.
Well, that's fantastic. Yeah, thanks very much. Right, no wonder they say thank God for the salvos, huh? Okay, yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Hey, Denise, good news.
The electricity?
Yeah, I was just talking to Captain Barton. Boy, he can be pretty persuasive when he wants to be. They're going to put your power back on, reconnection fee, $10, no extra charges.
Oh, Jude, that's marvellous. Only
you don't have the $10, right?
Oh, no, Jude, it's okay. I'm sure I can scrape it up somewhere. I can't take any more from you.
Look, this isn't exactly going to break the bank now, is it? And it's not charity. You can pay me back whenever you get on your feet. Come on.
I don't know how to thank you. You've been so good to me.
No, she's not a bad old tart, is she?
How many times have I told you I don't mind you calling me a tart, but I don't like you to call me old?
You two have really taken me out of myself. Look, I can't offer you much, but I'd really like it if you come and have tea at my place tonight. I don't suppose the power will be on, but I'm getting real crash hot with the camp cooker.
Well, I'd really love to. It's sweet of you, but I promised Maureen I'd take her to the movies.
Yeah, one of them space films. Oh, well, you could come too.
Yeah. Dreadful trio on the town, eh?
No, I can't leave the boys. Well, maybe you could come around after the pictures. I could fix us a bit of supper and some coffee. I don't have company very often.
Well, that'd be great. Yeah, and I can bring something sweet and gooey or something sensible like Chinese.
Oh, good. Well, I better be going. I've got heaps to do.
Hey, Lizzie, want to play a game of cards or something?
No, I don't think so. Got rotten indigestion from that tea we just had. I think I'll watch a bit of telly.
B, I don't want you to get mad at me again. I just wanted to say I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you.
Me too. I shouldn't have slapped you around like that.
Oh, well, you had your reasons.
Yeah, I don't figure you. I don't figure your anger. What's in this for you?
Nothing. Well, how could I get anything from you? All I wanted to do was to make you to believe and listen to what Debbie has to say.
Yeah. I've asked myself 1,000,000 times if there's life after death, Lark. I've never come up with any answers.
Well, why don't you let me tell you?
Look, if I do, will you just get off my back and stop throwing Debbie's name around?
You mean you listen? Because she's here.
Yeah.
Right now.
Why not? Anything to shut you up.
The first thing she says is, you won't believe it's her.
Shrewd little spirit.
I remember my woolly dog, Clive. His ear fell off when I was going to hospital to have my appendix out. Oh, I wouldn't go until he'd sewn his ear back on.
Go on, what else?
Mum, I've been trying to reach you for so long.
Debbie?
I had to tell you, Mum. I didn't OD. I'd never do that. They held me down. God, I couldn't get away. They pumped the heroin into my arm.
Well, go on. What else? Who's they?
What?
You've got to tell me more. Who's they?
I don't know. I don't even know what the message means. All I know is that's all there is.
You've got to. This is my kid. I couldn't know.
Well, it's not my fault, B. All I am is the medium.
Oh, God, Debbie.
I'm sorry, B. Really sorry. I think I better go and lie down.
Oh, love. Whatever did she say to upset you so much?
Lizzie. She said they killed her. They killed my little girl.
Just a minute, Moonbeam. Where do you think you're going?
I'm going to lie down. I don't feel very well.
Haven't you got work left to do?
I've done my work. Everything you wanted.
Everything?
I've just left Bea Smith in pieces in there after telling her daughter was murdered. Isn't that what you wanted?
For a start. You've done well. I'll give you that.
Can I go now?
For now. But don't sleep too heavily. You'll be getting a visitor later tonight. And Moonbeam, this is only the beginning.
Mrs. Powell?
Hello.
Mrs. Morris?
Hello.
May I say that you both look absolutely beautiful.
Oh, thanks very much.
Joan isn't with you?
No, we all came separately. I just bumped into Colleen in the car park. I think we're a bit early, actually.
Yeah, she'll be here any tick of the clock. She's a stickler for time. What would you like to drink?
Oh, gin and tonic?
Thank you.
2 gin and tonics, thank you. I'll just go and check on the table.
I've been here before. It's not bad. Shouldn't imagine Joan has, though.
Well, at least we'll get to know what she's like outside Wentworth.
Oh, my God. I'd hardly consider that one of the high spots of my life. What do you suppose she eats, raw meat?
Oh, Colleen, really? Oh, speak of the devil.
Well, I see you beat me to it. I didn't think I was late.
Joan, that's a lovely suit. You look very nice.
What? Oh, thanks. Oh, here's my father.
All present and correct. Well, I've organised some fine wines and the best table in the house. So, shall we go?
Maureen, will you shake a leg? We're going to miss the start of the movie.
Keep your shirt on. It's only all of them credits, anyhow.
Yeah, well, some of us can read, can't we?
Oh.
What are you going to do now? Pack a cut lunch?
Sure. Aye, don't forget, we've got to take something to Denise's.
Oh, yeah, I'm glad you said that. Actually, give you a chance to meet the boys, you know?
Yuck. You know, Jude, you could have asked me first before you dogged me into playing nursemaid.
Don't be like that. She needs some help. You're always whinging you haven't got enough to do. I mean, you're not frightened of 2 little kids now, are you?
I'm not frightened of nothing, especially not a couple of kids. Anyway, come on. We're going to miss the movie.
Wow, this looks very tempting. Not like the army. I remember when I first joined up asking my sergeant why they called the dining room the mess. And he said, "Wait till you've eaten there, boy, you'll understand."
You must have been very happy in the army, Major.
Yes, I suppose I was. What about you? I watched the way that you handled those women at Wentworth. They trust you. It's obvious you're dedicated to your job, too. Joan, you haven't touched your lobster. There's nothing wrong, is there?
No, everything's perfect.
What was I saying? Oh, yes. I always think you can tell a lot about a person's character by the way they handle people. What about you, Colleen?
Absolutely.
And now, the 3 of you are in the running for the governorship. I think that a little toast is in order. To 3 lovely ladies, may the best man... well, you know the rest.
Something wrong with the wine?
I thought you'd have remembered. I'm on late shift.
Have I told you about my son, Brian? Excellent lad, could have gone far in the service, but he chose public relations, whatever that means. He's the state manager now, so he must be pretty good at it. Well, I can't remember when I've enjoyed an evening more. Joan, you didn't tell me you had such charming friends.
You never asked me, Father.
Joan, are you all right? I haven't been boring you, have I?
No, I'm just a little tired. I've done a couple of double shifts this week, and I'm due back in an hour or so.
There. Dedication, you see. You're to be congratulated on your staff, Colleen.
Thank you very much.
And as for you, Meg, well, all I can say is I wish I'd had you in my unit. What an officer you would have made.
Major.
Oh, Lord. Put my foot in it, didn't I?
I'm afraid so.
Colleen, please, would you go after her?
Don't you think it'd be better if...
I wouldn't know what to say to her. I've never known what to say to her.
All right.
I'm afraid I've been a bit of a bore. Honestly, Meg, we've tried so hard to reach each other. But our timing's always wrong. Whenever one of us gives a little, the other one always backs off. You see, Joan so desperately wanted an army career. When that didn't work out, she went into the prison service. I think she wanted me to see that she could do well in a position of authority.
Yes, I gathered as much.
Oh, how could I be so tactless?
Well, you can't blame yourself.
Well, she won't come back. In fact, she's called a taxi. Look, I really do think...
Yes, of course. I'm terribly sorry. Excuse me.
Cheers.
Joan. Please, my dear, I realize I've hurt you, but it wasn't intentional. I'm very sorry.
So am I, Father.
Won't you please come back to the table and we'll forget all about it?
Forget about it? I've been humiliated all evening. You seem perfectly at ease with a pair of complete strangers like those two in there, but never once in my entire life have you had any time for me, no matter how hard I tried to please you.
My dear, that isn't true.
Then what is? Don't you see? I have to belong somewhere. The army turned me down, and my own father doesn't even know I exist. So you tell me, where do I belong?
Joan, don't go like this. I'm leaving tomorrow.
You left me years ago, Father.
Wentworth Detention Centre, please.
Get up. You gave such a good performance before. I'm going to let you do an encore.
No, I don't want
Keep
to.
your voice down. We don't want an audience yet, do we?
I'm scared, Miss Ferguson. I did what you wanted me to, and I thought that was an end of it.
Now, you listen to me. There is no risk, providing you do what you're told. Now, I've put a lot of work into this. It wasn't easy getting hold of Debbie's school friends and finding those snippets of information. And I'm not going to let anything stop me now. Understand?
What do you want me to do?
You're going to pay a little nocturnal visit to B. Smith. Or rather, Debbie's ghost is.
Oh, no. No, I can't. I don't know what Debbie's voice is like. Oh, I'm scared. I'm scared of what Belle will do if she finds out.
Your little crystal ball should have told you that you've got more than B. Smith to worry about.
No, I can't. No.
You'll do as you're told, understand? That's better.
What happens if we get caught?
You really are a fool, Moonbeam. Who's going to catch us? I'm the duty officer.
Monster came out of his stomach and looked around the room.
Dude, that was so scary. Hey, how do you reckon they did that?
Oh, that was show business stuff. You know, they used a puppet. A little puppet came out there.
What do you reckon? Hey, it could have been a midget.
Are you stupid? It was only this big. You ever seen a person that big? Wow. Oh, no, they do it with strings, you know. Tell you one thing, I wouldn't mind going up in one of those spaceships.
Oh, no, neither would I. Except I'd want to choose me company a bit better.
Oh, come on, knock again. This stuff's getting cold.
Oh, go away, please. Just leave me alone.
Hey, Denise, it's us. Come on, don't tell me you're chicken out on supper.
I don't like this, love. Why don't you go and see if you can find a caretaker with a key or something, okay?
Okay.
Denise? Denise, it's Judy. Honey, if something's wrong, maybe I can help, huh? Denise, please, open the door.
Mum. Mummy.
Debbie.
Mum.
Can't be.
What? Wait. I gotta see the boils at 6 in the morning. Fella's gotta get some sleep sometime.
Yeah, we're sorry to wake you. It's just that our friend in here is a bit upset we don't have a key.
Yeah, she told me. Better check it out. See if everything's all right.
Oh, it's all right. We'll do it. Sorry to disturb you. Denise?
Sweetie, what's wrong?
I didn't mean to hurt him. I told him to stop, but he kept hurting Russell. He got him on the floor and he was kicking him in the face. I just went crazy and I started hitting and hitting and hitting. He fell and he must have banged his head on something.
Judy?
Oh, my God.
Judy, he's dead.
And how was last night? Any problems?
Morning. No, nothing I couldn't handle.
Good. Joan, look, about what happened last night.
If you'll excuse me, I need some fresh air.
Ladies, on our way home, are we, Miss Ferguson? If I could just have a moment of your time.
Certainly, Mr. Douglas.
Mrs. Powell, I tried to contact you last night, but your husband said that you were out for the evening.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't get any message.
Oh, not to worry. We're all here now.
Yes, would you like to come through the office?
Well, I'm sure Mrs. Reynolds would love to see it, but all in good time. Well, ladies, may I introduce Mrs. Anne Reynolds, the new governor of Wentworth.
He used to give me roses. I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside the roses grow, they don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too when morning comes around.